Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Odisha Women's League, specifically to Bhubaneswar, as we get ready for a high-stakes Group B clash between two top teams. It's almost time, everybody, for match number 7 between AUL Women's FC and Sports Odisha, right here at the heart of the capital of this wonderful state. As two teams get their photos taken, it is AUL Women's FC in the yellow and black kits, whereas Odisha Sports Odisha have chosen a blue jersey with with black shorts to represent their team today. Now let's take a look at the starting 11 of both these teams. Then AUL Women's FC, Anita Oram, the goalkeeper, Sanjana Oram, Sukun Oram, Anjani Kumari, Anisha Oram, Priyasa Sarkar, Bahini Oram, Elizabeth Eka, Poonam Oram, Sangamitra Malik, who's the captain, and Ankita Singh. They've brought in quite a few substitutes for this game as well. But now let's look at Sports Odisha's starting 11 then. Pranati Patti, the goalkeeper. Vita Naik, Suhasini Salegge, Das Bandana Naik, Subhasini Saha, Shabani Mundri, Akashi Naik, Sumitra Singh, and Rasmita Naik will be the starters for the team in light blue colored kits. But as the referee blows the whistle, we are underway with match number 7 in the Odisha Women's League. And although it was AOL Women's FC who kicked this off, Sports Odisha managed to take the ball away, but now team in yellow managed to take the ball away somehow from the team in blue, but now Sports Odisha coming right back at them. They'll get a throw in to help their early chances at scoring goals. Throws in, but doesn't quite go AO Women's FC's way. Sports Odisha's ball at the moment. They played back defensively, trying to reroute. Now as they play it forwards, right down the middle, there's no one there to receive the pass. So AEL Women's FC, they take control of possession now, but can they push forwards and create more opportunities to score goals? Not on this occasion, though. They have to play it back, be a bit more passive. for finally transitioning to offense at the very final moment. But they're driving down now. Do they have a chance? Not quite. Handled quite nicely by Sports Odisha's defense. Now the women in blue can focus a bit more on their offense and getting the ball down the field into the penalty box, maybe to the back of the net. This seems to be a promising opportunity as a corner is called in favor of Sports Odisha. They were driving down. That was a good crossing opportunity. There were a couple plays inside the penalty box, but deflected off the defender's foot, and it's now going to be a corner for Sports Odisha. So they look to make the best use of this early set piece. First corner of the game. Treated like a pass, but here comes the actual cross. It's played a long way in, but it's not quite there where it needs to be. Sports Odisha FC with a great opportunity at scoring a goal. Unfortunately for the women in blue, it doesn't quite go their way. It's always tough to get your head to the ball when there's so much congestion in the box. But they'll get a good opportunity here. Defensive error from AUL Women's FC. They'll take the shots straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, though. But definitely Sports Odisha, they look a lot more organized at this moment. As you can see, they're taking another, creating another turnover, trying to push for one more. And they do. Play to the other side. Surely they can keep it with themselves. They do. Here comes the cross. Played quite low. There is a player down inside the penalty box. So I think they're going to call in the medics for that. But really, that was just pressure on pressure on pressure on the defense of AUL Women's FC. That almost very nearly caused them to break. Caused them to concede their first goal, but have a bit of a situation here in the penalty box. Player is still down. They're bringing out the stretcher as he doesn't seem like she's able to get up, get going. On the stretcher, they'll take her away, but I only hope that she's alright and ready to go. Eventually, if not in this game, some part of the tournament, because I'd assume that she would have been a huge part of that defensive end, clearing goals and whatnot. But this is also going to be a good opportunity for AWFC to just clear the ball away from their half, to get it to the other side, to remove most of the pressure. And to probably create their own opportunities. But so far, that's just not happening for the team in yellow. Sports Odisha taking it away all the way to the other side. Here comes the cross. A fumble by the goalkeeper. Good defense, and it's cleared away. A great opportunity wasted by Sports Odisha. The goalkeeper stepped forward. She was nowhere near saving the ball. It went all the way to the outside. You can see there a fumble. They were one player away, you could say, from getting that goal. Great opportunity, just not going their way there. But as Sports Odisha take the ball back from the goal kick, goes straight back to the goalkeeper. There's just no, it's just relentless football. A relentless pursuit for a goal from Sports Odisha as of now. Here come AWFC. On the other side, number 10. Little free. Puts it across. Saved by the goalkeeper. A great crossing. You've got to hand it to AWFC the way that they were able to get an attack going after all that pressure on the defensive end. Finally getting an opportunity to score. And by God, was that a good one. But in the end, they're just good goalkeeping. No matter how hard you play, goalkeeper plays at his or her best level. It's always tough to win. So AWFC just getting a little taste of that. So now I think we're going to get a substitution, number 19. Pratima Oram. Oh, not Pratima Oram, my apologies. Uh, Sandhya Munda comes in, replacing the number 3 and defender Sanjana Oram. Gotta assume that's because she just went away on the stretcher, unable to play. So for the past couple of minutes, they have been AWFC. They had been playing with 10 players. We get a confirmation of the substitution right there. Now they're back to full strength. And they're back to blocking goals, or are they? Here comes a long ranger, saved. Bit of confusion between Sports Odisha. They still have the ball, but as they try to play it back in, it just doesn't go their way. You've got to say that's a huge attacking opportunity, just missed once again by Sports Odisha. They're getting so many opportunities that they've got to be happy because of that. But this, a great shot. The goalkeeper was just never able to get a control of it, although she did save it. And at that point, a bit of confusion between the two players. As here comes the corner. It's gone a long way in. Here comes the shot. It's into the goal. 1-0 Sports Odisha. It was coming from a long time. They were constantly attacking the goal and they were constantly applying pressure on the defense. They used the goalkeeper side to their advantage, but that's the first goal of the game. And the first goal for Sports Odisha. Let's take another look at the corner now. Played a really long way in. And this shot, beautiful. Really, really tough to execute that shot, right where it needed to be. Great execution and a great goal indeed for Sports Odisha. Looked like it was coming, but now on the other side, AWFC getting close to scoring a goal themselves, but not close enough. As of now. Sports Odisha might have another goal. Goal, not quite this time round. I think they will be awarded a throw-in. Take quite quickly. Number 21 plays it a long way in. Nobody was there to make any attacking opportunity there, but they do get the ball back once again from AWFC's defense. There aren't too much holes in the defense. It's just a matter of defensive errors that is resulting in Sports Odisha being looking so potent this game. So they were able to find holes. They would be going at goal almost every time. They'll be advancing in, driving in with almost no competition. But now it's because of the defensive errors that they now being able to get so many opportunities, but they are forcing them to make the defensive errors. So really good football being played by Sports Odisha so far in the first 10 minutes. Took a stoppage of play for handball. It'll be AWFC's free kick. Big put under immense pressure. They're being thrown into the fire right now. Now, how do they respond to this? Can they find an equalizer before Sports Odisha find another goal? Because certainly, although Sports Odisha do have majority possession, and although Sports Odisha do apply the most amount of pressure on the defense, AWFC's opportunities, they're pretty good as number 10 tries to make another run offside. Called by the assistant referee there. Just positioned herself a bit past the defensive wall, so that's an opportunity got. But it's good to see that AWFC, they're really pushing forward. Not being complacent, not trying to drive it up. Do it like a players on the other side. Sports Nation almost get their second. They're very much active when it comes to their offense. They play it in, which I really like. That allows them, although to be offside, it also gives them an opportunity to do 1v1 with the goalkeeper. This time, certainly onside, number 6. But can't quite win the physical battle there with the defender. It will be sports, or it will be AWFC's ball there, though. But definitely number 6 timed her run to perfection. Just wasn't able to win the physical battle, though. That's what. It's not enough to just get there. It's about winning the battles there on the way in as the goalkeeper somehow manages to pick up the scraps. Manages to take the ball in her hand there. Could have definitely gone the other way had that been a fumble. Momentarily was a fumble, but managed to gain a composure and pick the ball up. But you can see already a lot of pressure being applied now by AWFC. And now they're the team creating opportunities, although I think whoever would have gotten the ball there would have been offside, so flags raised by the ref. That'll be an offside kick for Sports Odisha. They played in a long way. Number 11 might be able to get there, not quite. As far as I'm concerned, it should be. AWFC's ball. They get us going yet again. Don't keep it for long. Sports Odisha right on their tails. So AWFC get the ball cleared once again. They've got a surely here, AWFC. We've not reached like the 70th or 80th minute of the game where like you gotta fully commit to offense and never look back on defense, or mostly not look back on defense. Only in the 15th minute. So that's why AWFC, although they are creating opportunities, they're being pushed back quite a fair bit. And this is the sort of phase that Sports Odisha have got to use in order to build a cushion in a way to prevent any mishaps later on in the game. Because let me tell you, from what I've seen, a lot can go wrong in the last 5 minutes of a game. You could be leading comfortably 2 goals to 1, but then in a matter of seconds, just a matter of a few seconds, you could go down 5-2. It's happened before, and it can most certainly happen again. That's why Sports Odisha have got to use this phase of the game. It's a really, really good phase of the game. Looks like AWFC to start this game, they weren't quite in the zone, if you will. Not quite where they needed to be, but now as the game's progressed, they have become a better team, fewer defensive errors, a little bit more offense from their side. So that's good to see. As the game goes on, you can see their development. But Sports Odisha relentless with their push for a goal. A really strong, I wouldn't even call that a cross, a shot at goal. Marginally missing. Marginally going right to the goalpost. But definitely Sports Odisha, they definitely not scared to take them opportunities when they come. So that's a good attribute for a champion. These two teams could potentially become champions in this league. And although AWFC, they are a goal down, yes, they haven't had the best defensive days. Everybody has bad days sometimes. It doesn't really determine your whole performance. What does make me think that this team is better off is as the game's gone on, they've improved. So AWFC, this is definitely not their full potential. Definitely play better and score more goals. But right now, they just need to find the equalizer to start. As you can see, a lot of pressure now on the defense of Sports Odisha. Number 5 wins the physical battle, tries to give the ball back to a team. Fails in doing so, and that gives the ball to Sports Odisha yet again. Team in blue now with a good opportunity, driving down. Can they get it to where it needs to be? Still a chase. Number 4 somehow gets it cleared to a teammate. But as the tussle for the ball continues. It will be a corner for Sports Odisha. So finally gets that little passage of play came to an end there. A little bit of a tussle. A lot of players fighting for the ball at the same time. Does go the way of Sports Odisha. A corner for Sports Odisha. They try to double their lead. Last quarter attempt was quite good. This one, not as much. Goes quite low. I think she put a little bit too much spin on it. Maybe made contact with the ball. A little bit sideways, but either way, they won't get a goal on that opportunity. But they most certainly create another one to give themselves another goal. That's what they try to do now, Sports Odisha. Play the ball into the other side. It's going to be a battle of the right wingers. And as of now, it's won by Sports Odisha. So another throw in for the team in blue. As we reach the 20-minute mark now here at Bhubaneswar. It is currently Sports Odisha 1, AWFC 0, and I think that might stay the same way for at least a couple more seconds because AWFC do well in getting the ball cleared. All the way to the other side for a throw in. Sports Odisha. The team in blue have played quite well here. They've made the best use of defensive errors that they have forced on AWFC. And overall, that's just how they got their first goal. And here comes another shot into the hands of the goalkeeper. This time round, a lot more comfortably. Seen a couple fumbles from the goalkeeper in this game of AWFC so far, but This one, she picks it up quite nicely. Did let it go for a brief moment, but that was a powerful shot for Sports Odisha. That's not the first time that they've taken a shot from that range. And their one and only goal was also a long range, so maybe they're just sticking to their strengths as of now, just taking shots as long as they could on target to give themselves the best chance. So it seems as of now that they're pretty good at it. They play it back in. Collected well by the goalkeeper there once again, having to get involved. So goalkeeper there, sometimes you are compelled to go forwards and sometimes you just restrain yourself from going forwards. But it's always better if you're in one mindset to just go forward or to restrain back. Because oftentimes players, or goalkeepers I should say, get caught up. Uh, they don't know whether to go forwards or to restrain themselves, so they sort of down the middle, and that's the worst position to be as a goalkeeper. Sports Odisha play another ball in. Does go their way. Can they get it past the goalkeeper? Will that be a foul? I think not. It will be a goal kick for AWFC. But like I was saying, sometimes you're compelled to go forwards, and sometimes you're meant to stay back and guard it from there. And a lot of times, goalkeepers, when they get a 1v1, they don't know whether to go forwards or to stay back. And that's what sort of results in those 1v1s being lost, if you will, by the goalkeeper. But if you know what you're doing, if you have a presence of mind, the right presence of mind, then you can most definitely win those 1v1s as a goalkeeper and almost every other play. That takes good knowledge, good awareness of your surroundings in order to get that done. That takes a long time. It takes a lot of games, a lot of hours to develop. And that's where games like these could really help young players get into the mindset that they need to have to probably play as a goalkeeper for India in their future. They choose to take the footballing route as a profession. Sports Adish now back with the ball. They had a throw in. They weren't quite able to make the best use of it, but now they're back. They're back for more. Although they have been less aggressive, they're still there or thereabouts. They still have majority of the possession in this game, but as most definitely slowed down. I think that's mostly because AWFC, they've come alive. They're playing better football. Although they could create more opportunities, you've got to say maybe they could be a little bit more methodical about the way they play, because most of the time they just kick the ball in, and that seems to be and sending the ball the other way, maybe to just like become better offensively as they try to do here. Player's gone down, I think number 12 of AWFC. Try to receive the offside kick from a teammate Pudamorum going down there. But here comes a good opportunity for AWFC, lobbing it up. Wide of the goalpost. Wide left of the goalpost. That is their best opportunity so far. It was a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper came forwards, and most of the times, if you come forward, if you don't get any part of your body on it, and the striker still misses, as a goalkeeper, you've done your job. You've done your job in intimidating the striker, making yourself look as big as you possibly can and making the goal look small. But as I think exactly what Sports Odisha's goalkeeper did right there in order to force a mistake from AWFC, because that most certainly is a goal that could have gone, tied things up, and made this game a whole lot tighter than it already is. But here we go, another opportunity maybe for AWFC. There aren't too many defenders. It's scramble defense. Can they make the best use of it? Not quite. Offside call by the referee. Don't think that was offside. Players are protesting a little bit, mini protest, but doesn't last quite long, so we get going again. The kick from Sports Odisha is recovered. It's recovered by AWFC, who kick it all the way back in. I think that should be a throw-in for Sports Odisha. It is. Take it quite short. They don't really play it in. Try to bring it back from defense to offense, but this time round, pressure being applied by AWFC gets them the ball back. Can they keep a hold of it? More importantly, can they get the equalizer? Seemed like they had the ball under control for quite some time, but weren't able to make the best use of that throw-in. Now they end up conceding a throw-in in a dangerous position to their opponents. Sports Odisha. Number 21, playing it back to the defense. Here comes the cross. Went quite low again, not being able to get under the ball. Surely got to be the reason why that shot went so low. But anyway, that allows AWFC maybe to come back at them. It's a 4v3 situation. The cross is being played in. The goalkeeper comes forwards, gets it very comfortably into her hands to get closer to the 30-minute mark and the drinks break. But these teams will certainly deserve a sip of water, and they'll get to talk strategy as well. We're still playing football. As a good tackle from number 10 there, AWFC's number 10. Going down, willing to do anything for a team. I think that will be a throw for the team in yellow, yes. A brilliant slide tackle and an even more brilliant execution. But with that, the players will take drinks. Well played 30 minutes from both these teams. AWFC, they got off most certainly on the wrong foot, made errors left, right, and center, but they were able to rectify them and become a better team towards the end of these first 30 minutes. Whereas Sports Odisha, they've just been a consistent team throughout, managing to create some defensive errors, putting lots and lots of pressure on AWFC in order to not only get the ball back, but score goals. And that is exactly what's happened. They've scored a goal, but they haven't quite been able to do much apart from that. So after 30 minutes of football, at the moment, it is Sports Edition 1, AUL Women's FC 0. Back from the drinks break as of now. It is Sports Odisha with the ball. Did see from very slight moment that AUL Women's FC might have had a chance at goal, but not quite. Now Sports Odisha with the ball, playing it in a long way. Don't think that kick was necessary. I think it was just an optimistic kick back from Sports Odisha. It's gone way too high there, sailed above the crossbar. On the other side, as AUL Women's FC tried to find the equalizer, they've always been halted. Something hasn't gone their way almost every time they're on offense. This time, bad first touch. Bad control the ball, I should say, from the forwards, resulting in that one as Sports Odisha somehow managed to get a turnover. Don't quite realize how yet, but it seems as if the defender just ran into the attacker. It's as simple as that. But as of now, it doesn't cause too much damage for AOL Women's FC. Be a throw into Sports Odisha, the halfway line. As the team in blue try to play it in, how they do. It's gone very high, and it's gone very wide, and it's gone finally into the hands of the goalkeeper. Drop kicks played it. I think it will be a throw into Sports Odisha, hit the side for eventually coming to a stop. AWFC with the ball, playing it in. Right person has to get control of the ball, but it's just not happening for AWFC. As once again, just kicking it in, it's not working out for them. Maybe you've got to think that they could be a little bit more methodical, because if you've seen the defense of Sports Odisha, whenever they've come under pressure, they've almost crumbled every time. They are on the verge of crumbling every single time when AOL Women's FC, they come close to scoring goals. They somehow manage to take it away from them, but it's a game of fine margins. And so I wonder if AWFC, if they're just a little bit more methodical about the way they get to the other side, maybe, start the play with the goalkeeper right now, play to the defenders, and then maybe to the midfielders, then to the attackers who make a run in, put it across for the striker. Maybe that would be better. They're not doing that right now, so I guess we'll never know. But Sports Odisha taking another shot. Nicely done by the goalkeeper there, comfortably recovering in the first goal, and the only goal of the game so far, I should say. I wouldn't really call it bad goalkeeping really from the goalkeeper. Sports Odisha just made the best use of the goalkeeper's height. And sometimes that's what you have to do in this game, just exploit the weaknesses. But here, AWFC taking a long ranger into the goal. Saved by the goalkeeper. That shot needed some saving right there. A powerful strike, and I think that's hit the chest of the goalkeeper. She tried to save it, couldn't quite get her hands to it quick enough, and even if she had, I think that would have been a little disastrous. Now, I don't think the ball hitting the chest is the problem, rather the striker running over her leg. That's the problem. As of now, for the goalkeeper, she lays still. Hope that she's all right and she's ready to go, because she has kept her team in the game. I know it seems weird to say the goalkeeper's kept her team in the game, especially when 1, AWFC nil, but can the team in blue change that with this attack? They still have possession. They'll take a long-range shot, blocked by the defense. AWFC, like I've been saying multiple times, they've become a better team, both offensively and defensively in this game. Though they did get off on the wrong foot, they managed to claw it back a little bit. Still yet to find the equalizer and still yet to prevent. Oh, they are preventing as of now the second goal for Sports Odisha. And they'll continue to do so as a goal kick is called now in favor of the team in yellow. As I mentioned earlier, maybe they could be a little bit more methodical, or maybe they could just kick it in like they normally do. They do kick it in like they normally do, and it's not gone their way. But now they've gotten the ball back from the throw-in. They're not able to keep it for a long time, though. Sports Odisha get it straight back, and now they play it in. They'll still have the ball as they play it in. This is a great opportunity, a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. It's in for the second. Number 16 with a beautiful finish to give a team a 2-0 lead. It seemed for a long time that AUL Women's FC, they started to get back into the game. Maybe they become a better team. They have most certainly, but that strike from number 16 to get past the goalkeeper, because oftentimes when you are in a 1v1 situation against the goalkeeper as an attacker, you feel compelled to shoot it as powerfully as you can to get it past the goalkeeper, but oftentimes it does just go straight to the goalkeeper. This time, Sumitra Singh, the goal scorer, number 16 for Sports Odisha, did exactly what she needed to do. She knew she had to get it past the goalkeeper. It's not about power, it's about direction. And she executed that to perfection. Now, all of a sudden, all that confidence that AWFC that been building up might be starting to go away now. As already after the goal, a substitution being made on the verge of half time. See, they're standing there playing number 16, Krishna Barrick. She'll be the player in, but for who? She's a midfielder, so probably for a midfielder there. Number 16 comes in place of number 14. So that's Sangamitra Malik, the captain, who's being subbed off. In the first half, the captain has been subbed off, which is a little unexpected in my view. But if that was the coach wants, that's what the coach will get. So number 14, captain Sangamitra Malik is out, and now Krishna Barrick, number 16 midfielder, is on the field in place of the captain. AWFC with the goal kick not going their way once again. Sports Odisha take it away. Still Sports Odisha with the ball. Will they take the shot again? Number 15 really did try to go for the long ranger. And maybe if there was no defensive wall, it would have been blocked out. But what can I say? Blocked by the defense then of AWFC. Is that exact same defense already? Krishna Barry giving up a foul in a dangerous position. This a free kick. that is quite close to the penalty box. It's, these types of kicks, they've got to treat it as if it's a corner kick, but a little less. Now it will most certainly be a corner kick for Sports Odisha. As we hit the 45-minute mark, we've had a few amount of stoppages this game. I'll get the official number confirmed in a few moments' time. Sports Odisha with the corner kick very low. But who will get that ball? Who have possession? As of now, it seems like it will be Sports Odisha's ball. And it very well is. At least with the kick. But number 16, Christian Barrack, does well to get that ball away from Sports Odisha. And in the end, it is cleared. As number 12, I think, tried to play it in to a teammate. Offside call by the referee. She's arguing a little bit, but I'm pretty sure number 11 was offside this time round. As you get the official confirmation there, 3 minutes of stoppage time overall. We've played 1 minute already. So we've got 2 minutes to play from this very moment. But here comes another kick from Sports Odisha. A beautiful cross. What a cross from the team in blue. Once again, they're not messing around when it comes to crosses here. Sports Odisha, they are on point. Are they going in? No. Do they look beautiful and have potential? Loads of potential going in? Yes. And sometimes, you just got to get that cross, get that feel for that cross. And if you end up putting it in at the very right moment, that will most certainly result in getting a goal. But surely with just about 1 minute to play, AWFC should focus on damage limitation. It's still Sports Odisha with the ball. Now it's AWFC with the ball. They've won the physical battle. They've got the ball back. As they look to play it in, though. Has been recovered by Sports Odisha, but a little turnover. Number 11 takes it away. Tries to dribble in. Plays it out to the centre. They still have the ball. Number 6 has to go in for the cross now. A little too late there. Too little too late for number 6 to throw it across, and it will be a goalkeeper's kick for Sports Odisha. And the goalkeeper will take her own sweet time to get that kick away. We count down the final few seconds of this first half, this highly exhilarating first half. It's been so fun to watch. It was Sports Odisha with all the attacks to start this first half, but then it seemed as if AWFC got themselves organised. A little bit more disciplined, but to end the first half, it is Sports Odisha did manage to find another goal to double their lead after one half of incredible football on match 7 of the Odisha Women's League 2026. It is Sports Odisha with a 2-0 lead over their opponents, AWFC. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of match number 7 of the Odisha Women's League between AUL Women's FC and Sports Odisha. Well, after the first half, it was Sports Odisha with the advantage. It currently is also Sports Odisha with the advantage. A 2-0 lead they've got over their opponents. As of now, but we've got 45 more minutes to go. 45 more minutes of football where anything can happen. Already a throw in for AWFC. Taking the spin move, but can't quite get it into the penalty box. So be another throw in for the team in yellow. They continue their quest for a goal. And as they play it in, do they got people in the box to receive? That they do. The header comes in. The second header somehow doesn't find its way into the net. A great goal scoring opportunity. The header was way off direction. And surely that deprived AUL Women's FC of a real goal scoring opportunity there. It was a real good goal scoring opportunity, just not utilized to its full potential though. So surprisingly, the first attack of the game goes the way of AWFC, considering the fact that they got off on the wrong foot. They, in fact, conceded so many opportunities or attacks against Sports Odisha, but now it's them with the ball. It's them with a chance to goal. It's gone wide. Two attacks both going the way of AWFC. Could this be the recipe for a comeback here for the team in yellow? They surely need a goal to get back some confidence. Sports Odisha, they scored their first goal very early on and their second goal quite late into the first half. Meaning that might have taken some confidence away from the players that they might have built up until that second goal. So scored that goal, Sports Odisha, right when they needed it. But can AWFC play football unfazed? Not looking at that second goal, not looking at the deficit, but just looking at it play by play, pass by pass, opportunity by opportunity that forced their opponents into making error. Here comes the cross, or does it come? Not quite. Number 11 has the ball now. She's just lost up possession. A great opportunity once again, but just not utilized by AWFC. And they had the opportunity of going for a cross. Yeah, they chose not to do so. When you're under immense pressure, you sort of just want to get the ball away from you as quick as you can. But they didn't quite do that. I don't realize why. Maybe it was just a little bit of miscommunication, lack of awareness maybe, but that could have most certainly have been a chance at goal had that been a good cross. saying, "Has that been a good cross?" There's an opportunity. There's a universe in which that cross came in, and it's probably not good. But yeah, definitely could have got their way there. Doesn't quite. As here comes the cross. They still have the ball right outside the penalty box. A shot taken. More of a cross, that one. Number 10. It's in, but it's offside. Number 10. She's been offside the entire game. Most amount of offside calls came against number 10, and I think, yeah, she was offside there as she took that shot. Did find its way into the back of the net, but doesn't count for AWFC. And surely then, surely a goal's coming their way. They can only hope. As a throw-in is called in favour of Sports Odisha. But certainly that's the closest they've gotten. AWFC just an offside call away from scoring a goal. So number 16 receives it for Sports Odisha. They managed to keep a hold of possession past the throw-in. And now as they play it in, there's nobody there though on the other side. Too much pressure applied by AWFC to get that ball away, but they've cleared it straight to Sports Odisha, back themselves. So once again, going for an attack. But it's not going to happen this time round. AWFC do well in getting it cleared. Can they keep the momentum going forwards? They can. Number 12 now. As she's called, was a foul called on her, I think. A foul's called on Sports Odisha. That's going to give the team in yellow a free kick, but I don't really understand when a player is going forwards, is it forward motion? I don't really know why the referee had to stop the game there. Maybe could have just let it fall. Obviously, that's just my opinion. Maybe there was something happening that I couldn't see. But yeah, definitely a little bit weird that she stopped play. Even number 12 questioned it, but free kick for AWFC. They couldn't quite make the best use of it though. They've lost out, but they managed to get possession back in the form of a throw-in. Will they keep it? They will not. Well, in the first 5 minutes of this game, it did really seem like everything was going AUL Women's FC's way because they were just on point, creating opportunity after opportunity, attack after attack. But now that Sports Odisha's gotten back into the game, I don't really think they're going to be getting attacks they're going to be getting too many attacks. So they've got to make do of what they got. This one, forward pass had a bit too much power on it. That's why that went wrong. But number 11 managed to get the ball back. She tries to go in for the cross. It's gone behind the corner flag, so it will be a corner for AWFC. And boy, oh boy, did they need a corner right now. Because for the last 2 minutes, the attacks have not flowed for the team in yellow. And it's rather gone quite dry. So they need something to rejuvenate the passion now. They need a goal desperately. Getting a goal in the early stages of any half is advantageous. And although they're 2 goals down, just a goal here would help them a lot. The corner kick comes in, had quite a bit of elevation, but ended up dipping quite early on. Number 11 still with the ball. She tried to play it in, a foul called by the referee, and that will give the ball back to Sports Odisha. You got to think, though, that The substitutions being made here for Sports Odisha. Number 5, the player that goes in, Pratima Naik. And Abalipsadas, player that's subbed out. But you've got to just wonder if AWFC had just gotten the ball away a little bit more quickly, surely they would have had opportunities, because most of their opportunities have been denied because they have not done exactly that. But here on the other side, goal scoring opportunity for Sports Odisha. Doesn't quite go their way. The goalkeeper making an important save. Forcing the corner, rather. I've got to think morale-wise, it's going to get quite low if they go 3-0 down. They were quite close to going 3-0 down there. AWFC, Sports Odisha, that header was almost right where it needed to be. Almost bottom bins when marginally wide. So AWFC now playing it passive, like I've suggested for a lot of this game. So we're going to see how this goes. For a team that's oftentimes kicked the ball in with goal kicks, it's actually managed to keep possession. So I guess that's a good start. Ball still high up in the air. No one has full control of it just yet. And now they do. Sports Odisha getting the ball from defense. Now it's AWFC. A good defensive clearance that manages to find the right player. Sure, you got to cut back there. Take some time off. Play the right pass. That doesn't happen. Who's got that ball now? I think it's going to go comfortably to Sports Odisha. All they got to do is wait it out and secure the goal kick, and they've done exactly that. So we are 11 minutes into this second half. Got about 34 minutes to go, plus stoppage time in this entire game. And so far, hasn't been any movement in the scoreboard since the end of the first. It is still 2-0 in favour of Sports Odisha. A little weird pass for number 12, and I think that went out. It did. So be a throw-in for AWFC. I reckon they have to take that one again. Referee will make sure that everything's all right before they can take the throw-in. This time round, does still end up going the way of AWFC, so no change in terms of that. There's a team in yellow play it in. They're not able to find their teammate. Now they do. Outside the penalty box. Taking a shot. Saved by the goalkeeper. A truly majestic save from Sports Odisha's goalkeeper. Keeping her team in the game, and for a bit of personal gain, keeping her on a clean sheet. But that save needed to go. It was a beautiful strike from AWFC. Went right where it needed to go. But alas, denied by the goalkeeper there, so scoreline stands at 2-0. They'll get a corner. Pretty sure a corner on the left side. And the ball will roll all the way back. So there's going to be a corner on the left side, so a bit of confusion there. Now we can get going on the referee's whistle, but that could have potentially been 2-1, but it's still 2-0. Here comes the corner kick, quite low and very well off direction. So they'll give the ball back to Sports Odisha. As the team in blue play it in. Can they keep the hold of the ball? They can't. AWFC Still 2 goals down. They're still pushing for their first goal of the game. But now this seems to be a good opportunity for Sports Odisha, or is it? Good instincts from the goalkeeper to step out and save that one. Realized that she had enough time to get to the ball before the attacker. Definitely the right move. Now it's Sports Odisha though, back with the ball. Trying it, play it in. It's got to be a long cross from the left side. They get it back. Now here comes the cross. It's gone quite high and it's into the hands of the goalkeeper. AWFC conceding a few attacks now, but that's just in the game. You can't be perfect throughout. And football perfection is really something that doesn't matter. It's more about persistence and patience. Those are the virtues that you should be targeting, not perfection. So even if that opportunity, and even though they need to score 2 goals and they're conceding, attacks on their side, doesn't really matter as long as you get to the other side with a goal scoring opportunity this time round. Though AWFC once again getting caught offside. They're trying everything now, AWFC, to find that first goal. I did mention earlier on in the first half that there's got to be a point where AWFC is going to go full on offense mode, offensive beast, and a lot less on defensive end in order to just sort of try and find goals. And I said that would happen around about the 70th minute, but it's happened right at the start of the second half. We've reached the 60-minute mark, so got to assume that it's probably going to intensify the first goals. They're probably going to be a whole lot more aggressive. Not on this occasion. It's currently Sports Odisha with the ball. Beautiful pass into the penalty box. It will still be Sports Odisha's ball. In form of a throw-in. Throw-ins today, they haven't always gone the taker's way. Just like that. They've seen a lot of turnovers from throw-ins. AWFC though now with the throw-in opportunity. Will remain AWFC with the throw-in opportunity. Try to take it long and it'll still remain AWFC's throw-in opportunity. Well, this passage of play is what you call the passage of throw-ins, if you will. Lots and lots and lots of throw-ins wherever you look for AWFC. Maybe they could take it a little bit more passive to just sort of avoid the throw-in overall. They don't, but can they at least keep possession? Well, not quite either. But now I think she might have been offside. Whether that might have been number 10. She was called offside there. Don't think she would have been expecting the ball to come away that quickly, but she had to react. At that point, when the ball did start rolling towards her, she was offside. So, again, not the first offside call for AWFC, and definitely most certainly not the first offside call for player number 10. But it's good to see that they're trying to get onside. They're trying to make the best of their opportunities. And while being offside is normally a negative thing, surely if you keep trying to go forwards and if you try and just like practice, if you will, during the game, Might help you out a little bit getting back on side, but Sports Odisha with a goal scoring opportunity. Blocked by the defense and high above the crossbar. 2 shots, 2 misses for Sports Odisha. But that is most certainly their best opportunity of the game to score a goal. Didn't quite sail completely above the crossbar though, although it did. It was quite close to the crossbar actually, so they weren't far off from getting a third goal, Sports Odisha. I think while we're seeing AWFC have all these great attacking opportunities, it's also important to remember that Sports Odisha have the lead. And if AWFC can't manage to find a breakthrough, and that's surely offside there for number 11. There we go. The flag's raised. But if AWFC, they can't find a goal in the next few minutes as in next 10, maybe 15, 20 minutes, things might not go their way today. Although, even with all the attacking opportunities that they're getting, they've got to make the best use of them. That's a good turnover there for AWFC. But they're having offside troubles right now, the team in yellow, and they're not being able to improve from them. Well, they're not getting better. Now, the thing with offsides is you've got to be adventurous to go offside literally almost every time. Just hoping that one time it works out. But surely this is just too many times being offside. But hey, number 11 gets the ball back. Almost a 1v1 situation with the goalkeeper. It's in for the first. AWFC finally with their first breakthrough of the game. This time you cannot call number 11 offside. And persistence pays off. They get their first goal. But now they got to look for the equalizer. Now they got to look for the second goal. Did say earlier that Sports Odisha, they've got to make the best use of their early opportunities when AWFC are not in form, because we get to a point where we start seeing things like this full-on offense. If this was the exact same position 30 minutes ago, that is in the first half, I don't think AWFC would have been able or would have pushed as hard as they have on this play. They are getting desperate for goals, and that's leading to goals for AWFC. But so confirmation of the goal scorer there. The goal scorer was Bandana Naik, player number 11. Great job just pressurizing the defense. Got the defensive turnover, which has been quite helpful actually and quite powerful in this game so far. Sports Odisha, the main reason they got their first goal was because they were applying so much pressure on the defense that made them falter. And that's sort of what's happened here for AWFC's first goal. So it's good to see that the teams, that AWFC is improving, but they've got to remain consistent at this. They've got to gain some confidence from this, and they've got to stay consistent with the goal scoring opportunities. There we go, another defensive error. The ball goes the other way. I think it should be cleared quite nicely by number 3. As Vadana now you try to go in for the ball this time round. She will not get it. Throw in for Sports Odisha will be on the way. But you can see here, tons more pressure on Sports Odisha's defense. All of a sudden, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players of AWFC just contesting for a throw-in that's in. Well, I guess they're offensive half, but that's still a lot. And pressures on the defense is leading to defensive errors, but it doesn't quite help them go forwards this time round. Number 11 knows that she is offside. So she's just waiting for number 3 to get contact on the ball so that she can get back on so she can get back on side. But in the end, it will be a throw into Sports Odisha. Took it quite quickly. That doesn't mean that they'll keep possession. It's gone the way now of AWFC. Now it's gone back to Sports Odisha, who, although they haven't scored for quite some time, they can most certainly get their third goal. They have potential to get their third goal. And that's why, even though you are completely on offense to try and find the equalizer, if you've got to also dedicate some of your energy to the defensive end in order to prevent Sports Odisha from getting their third goal if you're AWFC. And if you're Sports Odisha, you got to be more defensive minded because you are, oh, that's at least a stereotype. When you are up, you get defensive minded, you allow the other guys to create more opportunities. By being more defensive minded, you're putting more effort into defense than they are because they're going to have to put some effort into defense as well. You don't have to put effort into your offense. And so, because of that, you can be 100% defensive. 11 players playing defense versus 10 players playing offense slash defense. It'll always, most of the times, it does go the way of the team that plays full defense. So, I think Sports Odisha have got to be a little bit more defensive. We're only at the 17 minutes, so maybe that mindset will start to come to the players in about 80 minutes, the 80th minute, if the scoreline stays the same way or if it changes to the good for Sports Odisha. But AWFC here getting the ball away from throwing. Who's going to get the foul call? Both of them look injured. The captain of Sports Odisha, number 14. Shivani Badari came into contact with Punamoram of AUL Women's Football Club, and she's fallen down. Always in situations like these when you hit your head, it's awfully painful. You're getting basically migraines, lots of vibrations. Yeah, brain's moving a lot. Nothing is just stable. And surely they're going to have to do a concussion test here to both these players just to make sure that they're all right. For those of you unfamiliar with a concussion test, it's basically just a physio moving one or two fingers up and down or front and back and asking the player to name the amount of fingers she's holding up. He or she's holding up, I should say. As during this injury break, the players will take their drinks break in a way. So that's the end of the drinks break. It's just going to be full on football for the next 18 minutes plus stoppage time. No breaks whatsoever. Seems as if she's all right. Seems as if number 12 of AWFC is all right. I'm pretty sure there will not be a foul. That'll just be called an incident. Just a footballing incident. So I think Sports Odisha will get us going once again from the centre. Not exactly from the centre, but somewhere near the centre. Here we go. They play it in almost immediately after drinks, trying to make the best use of AWFC, maybe being a little bit off, if you will, a little bit unprepared. But it hasn't worked this time round for Sports Odisha. Yes, here comes a kick from AWFC. They get it in. They still have possession. That's the most important part. Number 11, I think she's offside yet again. But we'll still see how this ends up, how this turns out. Offside call, so that's good for AWFC as they take a cross into the goal. It doesn't quite go their way. Number 11 should still be able to keep the ball. But Dana Nike assesses the situation and plays it out back to the center, but bad pass forces a turnover in favor of Sports Edition. Now, AWFC, they've got to get back on defense. We certainly don't want to allow things like that to happen. Now it's Sports Odisha with a goal-scoring opportunity. Saved by the goalkeeper for yet another corner. This time round for Sports Odisha, surprisingly, if I'm not mistaken, that is the first corner of the half for Sports Odisha. It's been a long time coming. And finally, almost 30 minutes into the second half, Sports Odisha do get their first corner of the half. Well, can they utilize it though? Can they find their third goal, which will reinstate the 2-goal cushion that they had over AWFC? Here it comes. It's gone straight to the goalkeeper, who has to react almost immediately, punches it out. I think a foul inside the penalty box will allow for AWFC to get the ball back, but my ace, that was a great corner kick. Whoever took it, a really, really good kick. Went straight to the goalkeeper too, but most certainly it had the height, had the elevation, if you will. He had the distance, just didn't find anybody wearing a blue shirt. Unfortunately for Sports Odisha, but they do have the ball back. They do almost have a 1v1 with the goalkeeper, but Bandana Nike, really, actually not Bandana Nike, sorry, player number 5 of AUL Women's FC, Anjani Kumari, keeping the team in it. So you already saw what happened with the other 1v1 in the first half. That was quite comfortably won by Sports Odisha. So if this had gone their way too, would have been a 3-1 lead, and all the hard work AWFC had done to get their first goal would have been, well, it would mean something if they wouldn't be 3-0 down, but 2-goal lead would have been reinstated. So definitely an important clearance that. And overall, it's good to see AWFC a lot more organized defensively and almost conceding possession. Here comes the shot. It's gone wide. Almost making the best use of the defensive errors there. AWFC, what an opportunity. I thought when the ball sailed past number 12, that was that, but they still had a striker there or thereabouts, and that is a huge opportunity gone for AWFC with just about 13 minutes plus stoppage time to play. These types of missed attacks, the goalkeeper was out of position, there weren't too many defenders, and these types of attacks could prove to be costly. I mean, this type of missed attacks, I should say, for AWFC. Had that gone in, that would have completely erased the lead for Sports Odisha. From a strong 2-0 lead, able to gone back all tied, whole square, 2-2. So psychologically, oh, good tackle that from number 4. Psychologically, you got to tell yourself, if you're an AWFC player, you've got to tell yourself that that attack was good. We're getting closer to goal. You shouldn't really worry about the fact that that was missed. You should be happy about the fact that you got an attack and it was that good. We've got to focus on creating more opportunities. Sports Odisha, on the other hand, like I said, this is the sort of time when you've got to start being a lot more defensively minded than offensively minded right now if you're Sports Odisha. It helps It's not just a stereotype, but it helps a lot when it comes to just focusing purely on defense. You're doing a whole lot better. But now here it's AWFC. You have to focus purely on defense because Sports Odisha getting closer and closer to finding a third goal to have a 2-goal cushion, which in this stage of the game might be so important. But while AWFC, they're pushing forwards, there seems to be a player down for Sports Odisha. She tried to take a kick and just immediately fell down. Hopefully, and I really mean it, hopefully it's not a hammy. It will be AWFC's ball, but there's still the player down, I'm pretty sure. So it will take a little bit of a break here. Make sure that everything's all right. Worst case scenario, she's pulled a hammy. At this point, best case scenario, she's just having cramps. Pulled a hammy meaning pulled a hamstring. So hammy basically means hamstring, shortened version. But that's probably at this point worst case scenario for player number 6. All seems to be laughing there a little bit, so that's a good sign. Looks like she will be able to continue, help the teammate. She's able to get up. Is she able to walk or run? I don't think she'll be able to run, not the way she'd want to. So the fact that she's still limping might not be a good sign for Sports Odisha. Maybe they need to make a substitution. But for now, they'll play with 10 players. We've reached the 80-minute mark. We've only got 10 minutes plus stoppage time to play here. Odisha FC have got to be really, really cautious. We're throwing for AWFC, but certainly here comes the defensive mindset for Odisha FC. Now, are they going to get it cleared? Yes, they do. Did have a player out there, so maybe they didn't really necessarily mean it for it to be cleared. We're going to get a substitution now. Player number 8 is in, and player number 7 is out. So player number 8 is Sunali Behera, and player number 7 is Priyasa Sarkar. So Sonali's coming in, and Priyasa is going out of the game. Sports Odisha with the throw in, conceding it almost to AWFC. Well, I'll concede it to AWFC because it's called a throw in for the team in yellow. Cross opportunity was quite bad, mostly because the ball had some elevation to it, had some bounce to it as it went to number 19 there. Had it been flat, I think it would have been better, but certainly another wasted opportunity for AWFC. Well, certainly with the types of opportunities that we've had in this game, AWFC, if they just converted them, you got to think that we could be talking about a whole different thing right now. We could be talking about how good AWFC have been offensively in creating opportunities and actually scoring goals. Well, there's still potential to score goals. It has to arrive in the next 8 minutes plus stoppage time. Because if it doesn't, then it will be too little too late for AUL Women's FC. Well, have possessions, they play it forward. Don't think that aggressive pass was really required from number 4, but nevertheless, Team in Yellow still have possession of the ball, but now they don't. And there we go. Sports Odisha, instead of working on playing it instead of playing it from defense to offense, they just clear it. That's the mindset that they're going to have from now on until the finish. This is what's about to happen. Whenever they get the ball, and Unless they can probably make a proper pass, they're going to clear it. Now they are able to make a proper pass, so they try to go for it, but it's unsuccessful. But Sports Odisha almost getting another opportunity of a defensive error. They get the ball back from AWFC. Team in yellow shouldn't be tolerating this. They should look to get the ball back as quickly as they possibly can. But instead of having possession on the other side, they've conceded a corner. Now AWFC. Getting closer to the end of the game. Only got about 6 minutes to go. They've got to become more. They've got to develop a more offensive mindset. So goalkeeper takes the ball in their hands. A really bad corner there. Low's quite low. Had no directionality, but what's going to happen here? The ball launched in. Doesn't go the way off. AWFC, I'm pretty sure they'll get. AWFC will get possession of that one. Number 8 plays it in. I think it's safely going to go to the goalkeeper. He'll clear it in. All the way over to the left. So the sun starts to shine now. It's currently shining on Sports Odisha. The team in blue try to score their third to almost certainly cement their victory. Tense moments here at Bhubaneswar because you can feel the intensity in the players. You can hear the coach screaming at the top of his lungs to these players, telling them what to do. As in now, AWFC, they get the ball back, they play it to the other side. But once again, there's just nobody there to receive it. And that's why you've got to put yourself in offside position sometimes in order to just develop confidence. Because one time, if you don't remain offside, if you're not offside, then most certainly you can develop confidence that makes you stay onside almost every single time you go forward. So although they have put themselves forward a lot of times here, AWFC, they certainly have not been able to clear the offsided mindset. Here comes the throw in for AWFC. Who does it go? Who's got it? Think it's Sports Odisha who'll have possession. Form for free kick. This is an interesting situation now. These last 10 minutes, there's a team that's trailing, has to get the maximum amount of opportunities. But ever since a few missed opportunities as the goalkeeper makes a huge save there. But ever since that goal for AWFC, it seems to have gone quite dormant in terms of attacks. The attacks have gone dormant. They've got to play aggressive football. They've got to play attacking football once again because in a few moments they might not. Number 12. Almost there where she needed to be. But being caught offside definitely doesn't help AWFC's chances of scoring goals at this moment. Well, we've got roughly 2 minutes plus stoppage time to play. We've got to assume that we're going to get at least 4 minutes of stoppage time at it because we've had a couple injuries. There have been a couple of stoppages for free kicks too. So maybe 4 minutes, right around that 4 minute mark, but still, that's not too much time. for AWFC to get a goal. So they've got to start playing aggressive football. They've got to start creating opportunities more than just that. And here we go. Maybe not quite. They've conceded once again to Sports Odisha, who now have the room to play the ball forwards, play straight to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper will drop kick it all the way in. Think that should find AWFC. Does. Number 12, playing a long way in. Bandana not being able to get there. Bandana Naik scored the first goal for AWFC, but she just hasn't been able to get there this time round. Goalkeeper got there first. Good instincts from the goalkeeper there. I've said that multiple times this game. That's how good both these goalkeepers have been. But especially Sports Odisha's goalkeeper. She's been so good. She's kept the team in the competition multiple times, making crucial saves. Those saves weren't easy to make. Those were some real hard saves that she had to make in order for a team to stay 2-1 up. And a confirmation that 3 minutes of added time. Well, 4 minutes, she said 3 minutes. That's a little less for AWFC. Can they find the goal that they need? Number 11 was offside there, and number 5, I should say, was offside there. So she was never going to go in and attack the goalpost. Sports Odisha will take their sweet time in getting this throw in back into play. But Bandana Knight gets it away. Can she get the possession back for her team? She can. But as the ball's played in, number 12's onside, but she can't get there in time. And we're just about 2 minutes to go. Things are not looking bright for AWFC. Sports Odisha, they haven't scored a goal this second half, but they've done everything that they needed to do in the first half. They made the best use of AWFC scramble defense at this very beginning of the game, putting lots of pressure on it, forcing it to make mistakes, and in the end, capitalizing on one of those mistakes to score the first goal. And their second goal came after yet another one of those mistakes, which ended up giving them a 1v1 situation with the goalkeeper, which I have to say was executed to perfection, basically, by Sports Odisha. But in the second half, they have been a little more dormant. But here we go on the other side, number 11 with the ball, trying to come in. He's got a little bit of competition for the ball. There'll be a corner for AWFC. But like I was saying, Sports Odisha, although they haven't scored, they've been good offensively and they've been good defensively, and that's what's kept them in the game. We'll take another look at this opportunity. I thought Bandana Naik was offside there, but apparently not, and the goalkeeper needs to make a crucial save. So corner, probably the last opportunity of the game. It doesn't go AWFC's way, and Sports Odisha have taken it away all the way to the other side now. But surely with about 30 seconds to play, less than 30 seconds to play, and that will be that. But can Sports Odisha end on a high? I'll make one last minute substitution. Player number 11 comes off and player number 3 will go in, but I don't think that's really going to make that much of a difference for Sports Odisha as they get what should be the final set piece of the game. Final set piece of the game then for not AWFC, the team that's training for Sports Odisha, the team that's leading. And surely now that will be game, and it is. After a grueling 90 minutes of football here at Bhubaneswar, one team stands tall. Sports Odisha wins this game against AWFC AUL Women's FC. And they do it by a fine margin, 2-1, but most certainly they were pushed. They were pressurized, and some might even say battered and bruised, but in the end, they stand tall over AUL Women's FC. A confirmation of the score at full time. It's AUL Women's FC 1, Sports Odisha 2.